how was Thailand when you were doing the White Lotus, coming back as Belinda, the spa manager? Is Belinda... We were talking about the history of Belinda. I mean, she was in season 1. You were in season 1.
Yeah.
And, Jennifer Coolidge kind of screwed her over.
She was digmatized, and this dropped Belinda.
Got digmatized.
That's right.
It's true. It's fact.
The second time today you said digmatized.
Well, I think it's the easiest way to describe what happened.
That's exactly right.
She got swept up, and guess what? It wasn't the right decision.
And it won't be the last time, I'm sure. Anyway, but kind of, how do you think Belinda feels about Jennifer Coolidge getting murdered in the second season, spoiler alert.
Yeah, I imagine she saw it on the news.
Like, oh, good.
I can't speak to what Belinda thinks about that. But what I will say, it was wonderful being in Thailand. I was there for 5 months.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, a long time.
Wow.
And I was actually finishing up editing the final episode of How to Die Alone from Koh Samui.
I was going to ask how you juggled that.
Yeah, it was a feat for sure, but I have amazing assistants that help me coordinate remote editing. But yeah, it's such a beautiful country. And Mike has said in the press that this season is focusing on spirituality and exploration of that. And Belinda being in the massage arts.
She's a healer. Yeah. She's a healer.
Yeah. And I think that connection that she had with Tanya season 1 was an expression of that. And so I'm really excited for audiences to be on that journey with her in season 3.
Oh.
How different was it? Because when you did the first season, I want to ask the differences in the plot and stuff, but in the first season, you guys were filming in the middle of COVID. So you were totally bubbled and you really couldn't leave that resort.
No, we literally couldn't.
Yeah.
Our key cards worked one way because they wanted to know who was leaving.
Wow.
Wow.
It was a 5-star prison, but I loved it. But it was so different this time because the first time we were in basically one location for the entirety of the shooting, and we have the freedom to be shooting on location all over the place over Thailand. So it was really cool to be able to have that flexibility. And also there was the show was quite humble season 1, like we didn't know what it was going to be. It wasn't the White Lotus. It was just this really cool opportunity to work with one of my idols, Mike White. And
oh yeah, you were thinking this is going to be awful. I'm kidding. No, you must have known it was something special. It was so good.
We knew it was special, but I just didn't know that it would lead to an Emmy nomination for sure. Like I was fully gagged. I was just like, oh, this is wild. And it was such an amazing opportunity too, I think, for audiences to understand that I can do drama and I can do comedy. I can do a hybrid and have that nuance. So it did a lot for me personally and professionally, but I think the season 1 was such a bubble and this special thing. And so to see what Mike has done with the series, it's incredible. And this final season, it's bigger. It's more insane. I personally, and again, I'm biased, but I think it's the best one yet.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Bold statement that I fully believe.
Yep.
Are you even allowed to say not who you have scenes with, because obviously, it's all the various silos of characters interacting, but just being buddies on set. Like, are you even able to say who you got to hang out with that you didn't know first?
Well, we got all super close, which was great because I was so nervous, right? Because all of the people on this season are hashtag goals, Carrie Coon, Walton Goggins, Parker Posey. And so I was so nervous to meet them. But what was funny, we had this big cast dinner day 1 and they were all nervous to meet me because I had done season 1. So
an OG.
And so I was like, the status shifted in that moment. I was like, we're peers now. I can now invite you out for beers because I feel like we're peers now.
Know your place, Parker Posey.
Yeah, exactly.
But everyone was so wonderful. I mean, Michelle Moynihan, I mean, the list goes on. And Parker's just a delight. I mean, she's just a vision. And just being able to meet and hang out with them was my favorite. After we'd wrap, it would just be like, okay, meet you at the hotel bar. All right. And we'd go down and, I'd just ask stories about, all of their experiences and just really connect with them as people and not just, being a fan.